So my people, sometime in August this year, I got an email from the Shades of You and Shades of Me organization to be a speaker at the multicultural maternal mental health conference. I was so excited because 2 years ago, I wanted to be a speaker at this conference. So I quickly put in my application and sent it my abstract. I got a confirmation email confirming me as a speaker. I was so excited because I looked forward to being a speaker at this conference. The next was an interview with Shonida, the founder, and then we got notification about what we will be doing in our emails, and then it was a conference day. I participated, and then it was my turn. I was being introduced, and I was going to be speaking about promoting the mental health of fathers for effective childcare.
Both of our presenters for that this morning. Miss Angela Cruz is a descendant informed by trainings, experiences, and multiple traditional cultural initiations. She is an initiated.
My profile was read, and that of the other speaker who would be speaking.
Miss Adedong Ashala is on a journey to creating a better world. She is a perinatal mental health service provider, a biomedical scientist, and a social entrepreneur. She is a member of PSI and a member of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria. She is an alumni of the Women Deliver program and the Tony Alumni Foundation, Academy for Women Entrepreneur, Pan-African Women Entrepreneurship Network, and Flourish Africa. In 2021, she was nominated as a Healthpreneur of the Year by Founder of the Year Awards. She's the author of 5 books, and she owns virtual safe spaces that foster perinatal mental health support for women who are pre-pregnant and postpartum. On her YouTube channel, she shares hope and perinatal mental health tips for mothers and parents. She is currently a student at the University of Ulster, taking a master's in international business and human resource management. She sits as a board advisor for Graceland Children in her spare time, and she loves to play badminton and swim.
So after the introduction, I got a chance to host my session. I looked forward to meeting the people that were going to be participating in my session. It was going to be kind of interactive. I also wanted to get a chance to meet people, and so I decided to start by sharing Priyanka's story. Watch and listen to the story.
My father was a major back then, and mother was a captain. So the nameplate said Major Ashok Kumar Chopra and the captain Madhu Chopra. So I looked at it when it was being installed and it was hammered into our house, and I asked my father, I must have been in kindergarten. So KG mein baith ke, I asked my father, I said, do I live in this house? And he said, yes, you do. So I said, then why is my name not up there? And my dad changed the nameplate. And it said Priyanka Mimi Chopra KGB, giving me a sense of self, not making fun of me, not saying, dekha isne kya bola tha, see how funny that was. It was not funny. It came from a serious place for me, even at 5, and it was taken seriously by my parents. So that's what I mean.
So after sharing this story, I reached out to try and understand my audience. I started calling out the names of the participants to introduce themselves and share with us what they were doing in their different sphere. It was so interesting to meet a lot of participants who are doing amazing work as perinatal mental health providers in different parts of the world and for different diverse cultural norms and different cultural experiences. It was so lovely to learn from other people and what they are doing. I was inspired by the participants of my session because I felt like I was going to know so much, but I met people who have been in this practice for 12 years, and I started by sharing Priyanka's story because it kind of defined the role that the father played in defining how she has been pushing the envelope as a movie producer in her sphere, in what she's been doing generally, and how it has made her stand out as a career woman, and how it has made her go for the top. So it was kind of a platform for me to use to share my story, to share a story of how fathers can play a role in effective childcare that is not just effective for the home front or the first 2 years of a child's life, but it's effective on the long run and on the long-term basis. It was a chance to do that. So listen to some part of my presentation and a part of my speaking engagement. I hope you get to learn one or two. Be here today. I'm going to be talking about promoting the mental health of fathers for effective childcare. I'm sure that this session was initially tailored towards people who provide perinatal mental health for both parents and fathers, and I'm hoping that some of you who work in that sphere who have introduced yourself today will find this session useful in your practice as you provide care. As a speaker, I'm always interested in knowing what the participant or the audience goal is in attending or being a participant in a particular conference. So I asked them to share with me what their goals are, what their expectations are before I continued. So keep listening. I hope you learn to can promote their mental health without prior child experience, how they can leverage on partnerships for effective childcare and parenting, and how to support fathers, and how fathers can support the pregnant and postpartum partners without feeling stressed. I did ask, I'm really interested in knowing what your goals are in this session, and I want to meet those goals as much as I can as the host of this session. But what I came up with, just to make sure that we have a sense of direction, was to kind of share that by the end of this session, participants should be able to identify the stressors that are unique to fatherhood, practice stress reduction techniques, and develop a personalized stress management plan to improve their mental health as fathers. And participants will also be able to explore the importance of self-care for fathers, identify self-care strategies that resonate with them, and are committed to incorporating the regular self-care practices into their lives to support their mental health. One of the things I always say to people who come under our care in my organization is, you have a role to play in mental health, and in your mental health, and you kind of must be committed for the therapist or for anyone who's providing you care to be effective. So at the end of the session, I am hoping that participants would be able to learn ways to self-motivate and stay committed on their path to achieving a healthy mental health, especially in relation to family and fathers. And I also hope that by the end of this session, participants will be able to learn strategies to enhance their emotional connection with their children, strengthen their own mental health, and promote positive outcomes for their children's well-being. And also, participants should be able to explore strategies for managing the demands of work and family life, reducing stress, and achieving healthier work-life balance to support their mental health as fathers. Although I didn't have time to finish up my slides, but I did enjoy my time of sharing my own experience as a perinatal mental health worker in Nigeria with the international audience. I did share with them how fathers can leverage partnership and all of that. I did enjoy this session, and this was me after the session, smiling and taking the picture that I had done a good job. It was a remarkable experience.